Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice 9.11, and of course we're playing as Japan, and I'm playing this one currently live on YouTube. You watching it later presumably are watching it unlive, unless you're one of the people already watching it. Now you know you're doing that. And you can join me. I'm recording these on Sunday. It's sort of the Sunday show. They're being bold and dashing for the capital. And these guys are probably also going to go for Khartoum. But here is where we need some. Okay. Now that these guys are here, we're going to attack here. Major defeat with these guys supporting. Okay, where is this? Uh-oh, they've got pushed back. Okay, they're being pushed back. We've already got some cavalry. I know it's not much. These guys are moving forward. We are supplying into here. Okay, so what we need to do is, well, those were meant to, I don't know. We're getting both of these guys out. Getting them out, because that will reduce our supply needs. These guys stop, rebase to there. No, we want to trade with the Soviets. Okay, so getting the ships out will reduce our supplies, and we've just taken out a sub that hurt us a bit, but fortunately didn't sink anything. Southern Red Sea, yeah. Okay, you guys keep pushing there. And we should probably have supply coming in up at Dubai, even though it's really a small port. That would help. Using up a lot of convoys, Tokyo to Dubai. What are the victory points in Saudi Arabia? It just looks like the capital. So maybe if we take the capital down, they'll switch sides to us. They're still holding out here. Very nice. I think so long as they hold in North Africa somewhere, Operation Husky won't fire. We could be hurting Germany. But so, you know. Not that I don't care, but it's much more of a thing that, what can we do about it? Cast ground crew training. No, wrong air. No wonder. Okay, yeah, we'll let this continue. It's 1940. Okay, guys. You attack that. You go onto the defensive. I know they're going to counterattack. Okay, good. We've just won here. That'll get us another port. Hopefully a bit bigger. Okay. Yeah, I knew they would be doing that. And did we just get a tech? No. They'll reinforce. They're coming there. They're coming down that way. Okay, yeah, this, whatever, befell. we'll stop that. And fighter ground control, that's over here. Okay, let's forward air control frontline. I don't even have any aircraft hardly operating anywhere right now. Very few air bases is my problem, like in India. Though in Australia, but Australia then I have supply problems. We'll do that. And light armored designs have advanced. Very good. And grayed out. Yes, we have almost 2 full points. Not quite, but almost 2 full points. I can go for a... Oh, African recruiting. We want to do African recruiting. Oh, yes. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. We want to do that. Oh, assault rifles. Cool. Get M1 Garands for the... Because Japan did make at least prototype copies of the M1 Garand. Okay, get on board ships. You guys are going to come down here. Because we might lose up here to all this big stack of stuff that's... Looks like 4 motorized... Well, an infantry division looks like 4 motorized divisions. 3 of them with assault guns. Wow. They may just come in and crush me up here. But I do know that if by coming down here, we do have a chance at diverting them. Okay, good. We're closing that pocket up. How are we doing out here in Samoa? Yep, just still grinding our way ashore. Teaching them New Zealanders to attack me. Okay, now counterattack, because we got support from here. Take them out. Take out that native uprising. Okay, guys, you come down here and take these guys out. Now that you're all here, not just one division. Well, you don't have fuel, you attack. Take out these guys. Support that attack. What does Venezuela want? Ooh, we give them a lot of money for some crude oil. You see, there's a bit of a problem here. Brazil is an enemy of ours, and we have to go all the way around there, so no. We can't use that. If it was Colombia, well, obviously they're at war with us as well. I would have considered it. Definitely Peru, Chile, or Argentina I would have considered. Well, the Gewehr 43, Gewehr 41, and the various models. They were okay, Arno, but they weren't that good. Nobody else really had good semi-automatic weapons. The Sturmgewehr, as an assault weapon, is the only thing that sort of really comes close. The the Gewehr 43 was okay. It worked. You look at the 41 models, their earlier predecessors. Wish I had the money. I had one in my hands that was in a gun store. I think it was the Walther Gewehr 41 for sale. Just didn't have the money at the time. I mean, I close did, but not quite. Wish I would have got that. Maybe if they'd gotten enough of the plans and manufacturing techniques, you know, sort of almost a factory sent over to them, it would have been quicker and better. But the M1 Garand was very good. The M1 Carbine was also very good. Yeah, if they... No, Japan just doesn't have the industrial capacity to do it. I mean, it just doesn't. You know, however much, you know, wouldn't it be better if, and we can play all kinds of if games for World War II, and that's what we're doing right now by playing this. This is a big if game. If we did this, if we did that, what would be, you know, and it's really cool. I'm not knocking if games, obviously, because we're doing this, but it just industrial capacity to change it over to do it. How do I put this? Well, the early model, what we generally call the Arasaka or the Type 99, is a reasonably complicated bolt-action gun to make. Not probably as complicated as the Carabiner 98K. That's also rather complicated. A lot of milling cuts on it. It's more doohickeys, you know, anti-aircraft sights and other BS on the Type 99. But to go over for a... because both of those weapons are gas operated. Both the Gewehr 43 and the M1 Garand. To add that complexity of creating the gas seals and running all that stuff and balancing all the springs out is just a whole nother manufacturing process, complicated more. And they just really, not that they couldn't produce some, but they just couldn't produce them in numbers to be useful, and it would have dramatically cut down production of their bolt actions. What Japan should have done was built a submachine gun. They eventually did come up with a submachine gun, but they did really badly at doing that. And I don't know quite why. They bought a bunch of Austrian, the Steyr MP43, or no, 34s, MP34s or MP35s, I've seen them called. I own one. Non-functional, but it is a World War II submachine gun in 9mm. Can't fire. The barrel's been plugged. I'd love to get it reactivated, but costs a lot of money and you know, get the tax stamps and whatnot. But it's a non-functioning gun, so I don't think I have a machine gun. But it is an original. It's a beautifully milled piece. One of the best machine guns made in the interwar period. Quality-wise, very reliable. Germany, or the SS mostly, used a bunch of them, but didn't keep them in production because they were so expensive to make. But Japan bought a bunch of them because they couldn't get they bought them from Austria. So this is before Anschluss. So they bought a bunch from Germany, including a bunch of magazines, including a bunch of leather mag pouches. I wish I had one of those. Those are really cool. They're leather mag pouches with metal inserts to sort of keep them nice and rigid for their sort of Marines or commandos. They bought a bunch of them. That's why I'm bringing them up. And so they had some of those in their inventory and obviously could look at them. I think they realized, you know, that they're really good guns and they liked them, but they were going to be really costly to manufacture. So I don't know the details of the Japanese submachine gun that they ended up making, but I think it's influenced by that, but much more stampings and simple tube parts. but they really just didn't do good. And we can see that submachine guns can be easy to make. Particularly, we can look at the Sten gun. And so, had they got a hold of copies early enough on, because remember the Sten gun, okay, just again, because I'm a sort of a gun nerd or whatever, definitely. Britain goes, oh shit, submachine guns are really useful. They learned this in 1940 when the Germans used submachine guns against them, in the Battle of France. And so the British go, we got to get some of these machine guns made, or get some machine guns. So they buy a bunch from America. Colt manufactured Thompson submachine guns. They have Thompson written on the side of them, but they're actually manufactured by Colt. And most of those guns were made back in 1928 that had been sitting in Thompson's, because they had a contract with Thompson. And then Thompson, because they bought the old guns that had been sitting in a warehouse, Thompson now has enough money to start putting back into production the submachine gun again. So Britain is buying more of the Thompson submachine guns. But they're expensive as all hell. They're really expensive to make. And they're very heavy. And so Britain realizes, and America, the M1 Thompson that's used for much of World War II is a much simplified version of the Thompson submachine gun. So yeah, you're right. The Type 100 submachine gun was what they ended up with, the Japanese. So the British realized that the Thompson source, one, it's overseas, and two, it's expensive as all hell. Though they like it, they decide that they need their own submachine gun. So they're in this panic mode. And so what they decide to do, or one of them is, they look at it and let's get a submachine gun working. Oh, we've got these German submachine guns from World War I. Let's make those. So they start making the MP-18. The sort of slightly post-war version with a stick magazine. It is almost an exact copy, and functionally, it is an exact copy of the MP-18 of World War I. It's called the Lanchester, is what it's called. Though it's only really adopted by the Royal Navy. I don't know if the Royal Air Force buys a few or not, but the Army doesn't buy them. The Army ends up getting the Sten gun, which is what's... They wait a few more weeks or months or whatever for the Sten gun to be presented to them. They take a look at it, realize that it works, and that it is simple to build. Okay, well, I don't know why through this whole process, because you got to realize Japan has been looking since sometime mid-30s for a submachine gun, that they couldn't come up with a simple gun and put it into mass production. But the Germans get a hold of copies of the Sten guns. Germany eventually makes a copy of the Sten gun. And sort of in 1945, they start cranking out copies of Sten guns. The only real change is the magazine goes straight up and down out of the bottom instead of in the side of the gun. That's the only functional change. I mean, to the point that they're both a 9mm. I mean, they just make it. The Japanese, I believe, the Type 100 is in the Nambu caliber, if I'm not mistaken, and not 9mm. But I don't know for sure. I do know the ones they bought from. I'm pretty sure the ones they bought from Steyr were Soltrum is Steyr or Soltrum. It sort of makes Exactly. I'm pretty sure those are all in 9mm. But why they don't get from Germany a few Sten guns flown over to them or something like that and rush those into production, that would be a much better choice for Japan to try to do, because of all their jungle fighting, because a lot of the close-in fighting with the Americans. Pistol ammunition is going to be cheaper to manufacture. You can probably figure out to weaken the springs from a standard Sten gun springs to deal with the lighter powered Nambu ammo. pretty easily and just flood out a lot of cheap submachine guns. That would have been a much smarter plan than trying to do a nice semi-auto rifle. Yeah, these guys will make it because these guys will get there before they collapse. These guys are doing okay. Yep, we're losing provinces, but we're out of supplies. We're there. You were moving, but you ran out of supplies. You're defending. You're coming to there. Good. Oh, looks like maybe. Yep, they are at war with the Western Allies. Germany's called Iraq to war because I see them moving after my damn oil here. Come on, man. I wanted that oil. I wanted that oil. There's so much oil right there. We did get here, but that isn't very much. But here we can see there's 20 oil here. I wanted that oil. Iraq, you don't need the oil. Well, let's... Can we induce them to go in a different direction? Now, I hope they don't get called against the Soviet Union. You're right about that, but... Not that I gotta have the oil, but it would be nice. Okay, Tippett, thanks for playing with us. Glad you were here. Hello, Jack. Good to see you. Cast pilot training has improved. Very good. And we're going to let that one continue. Oh, no. Okay, and air superiority tactics. We'll let that continue. Okay, looks like we're dealing with the militia well enough. Getting some reinforcements coming there. And taking out destroyers. Good. Okay, we are sure on... No. Rebased there. And you take out their navy. If they come... Well, when they come out. No, what? Submarine anti-aircraft. I think it gets changed over by some event. I'm not sure. Or maybe it was Vichy and Britain invaded. I don't know. What? Submarine A. Okay, let's at least get to the submarine thing. Yeah, we want to stop that for sure. Okay. I want to get these long range. That's what we're doing right now. To get those. Yeah, let's streamline whole. And we've lost a province. Yeah, partisan uprising. Okay. They're going after that. Okay, well, when we can, we'll get to those partisans. Well, you know, let's break off these guys. No, not those. We want those guys. They can come down here. Looks like we may have just gotten Kathmandu. Don't know how close we are to occupying it with any of these units, but... And 2 more destroyer flotillas, good. I need some more garrison troops to occupy this because I don't want to keep these units tied up here. Well, head back over to here. Rebase. And at least we have some occupation. Forces. Sniper warfare. That is something the Japanese did quite well. And that's maxed out. Okay, well, I guess we're going to come over to the submarines again and add air independent propulsion. Yeah, we want to be able to get those guys to fully retreat and these guys to move up. We are bringing supplies in through there now, so that should be helping. And 2 more destroyer groups and heavy cruiser out here. Very good. And a submarine flotilla that was trying to escape or something. Okay, good. Another division. Very good. So you guys support that attack. And you guys maybe attack up at this light armor unit. If we can hold that river line, that would be a little better. Getting offshore bombardment from these guys, just helping out. Okay, gun ability 4-engine airplane, very nice. Armament, let's move this over. Mostly this is just for the flying boats and possibly heavy transports that we have a couple of. That we're doing that, and that we're doing well enough with other. It's North Central Red Sea. Okay, yeah, we're not patrolling that well, I know. Okay, you've got one more province to go, and then you get to be in their capital. Maybe we'll get them to switch sides. Oh, we've regained very high popularity. Very nice, very nice. More leadership. So we can research more things. Well, yeah, we can do more machine guns. Oh, we still have even more leadership. Oh wow, big jump. Okay. And we now have another port, Townsville, just minimum port, but I'll take it. Okay, you guys start heading south. You can head that way. Finally taking this out. Okay. Oh, did they get reinforcements in there? Oh, looks like it. But they're okay, good. They got pushed back out. Very good. You know, which I should have done there, but let's do puppet here. Add war goal puppet. Should have done that for Bhutan too. I know I can release it as a puppet, but if you do this, you get to maybe keep some of their units when they surrender. Where they get to. Okay. Okay, anti-air upgrade. I think that is here. We'll let that continue. New industry. Okay. Now we're gonna save our money. Yeah, that's an idea. Better cabinet ministers. Let's take a look. Okay, we can possibly replace this guy. That's who we have. These are all the sort of standard ones. They don't have cool ones like we do for Third Reich events. More leadership, but daily descent. I don't need that. I sort of like in his. Therefore, okay, armaments minister. Now here, that's who we have, right? Kawasaki, yeah. Air superiority, air build speed. Well, he'd be alright for peacetime, but not land organization. Crude oil if we really needed it, but we don't right now. I mean, not that it wouldn't be nice, but we don't need it. The rest of resources, obviously, we don't need at all. I'm pretty satisfied with him. Minister of Security, we got silent lawyer. So that set of stats. Well, men of the people, land organization. I don't want to lose land organization. We're having a tough enough time in Australia. Who do we have here? Okay. Takasu Shiro. Okay, I see. Okay, we have him. Money I don't really care about. We got plenty of money. I like the IC bonus. I think we'll keep him. So far I'm going pretty good with this. Okay, well now, okay, we have Tojo in. Starting experience, land organization, defend, attack. Well, I like the organization regain rate, because if our units get sort of not in good shape, getting them back into shape quickly is really nice. Elastic defense, yeah, I'm so far okay. Navy, let's look at the Navy. Okay, we have him. That's carriers, yes. Now we're not producing any more carriers, but naval strike efficiency, that's good. Naval organization, capital ship. Now we're going to stick with carriers. Naval strike is good. Air Force, who do we currently have? Yeah, we have Yamamoto, which of course he was Navy, but port strike and naval strike efficiency. Yeah, we're going to keep him. Nope, we're not changing. Good idea to look, though. I'm totally with you on checking that out, but didn't see enough of good reason. And Argentina. Okay, Argentina, we'll take oil from you. And we're going to end the episode here. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. If you would, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to ring that bell so you can get notification when I go live on YouTube to maybe show up and talk at me while I play. I love the interaction. So, and of course, mention that. Please post questions, comments, suggestions. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.